men have become more feminine and women have become more masculine. All right, you agree? Go on then.
Yes, they have. Men, they want to be given flowers and dated.
Crazy.
They want it's a madness. Even at this age, I'm a widow, and even at this age, half a century years old, at this age,
Congratulations.
are still like, what are you bringing to the table? I'm not bringing nothing to the table. Whatever you bring to the table, I will multiply, but I'm a very traditional thinking woman. And the women, it's been so confused in terms of they want to be independent. Yes, I understand, but it's not the natural order of things.
What, in women's independence?
It's not the natural order of things. I'm going to be hated, but I can't be cancelled. It's not the natural order.
She doesn't agree.
Right? Because a woman is supposed to be, I'm sorry, in the home.
Don't apologise for your opinion.
Not in the kitchen. And I think that people, at the end of the day, the head of the house is always the man. I've got 4 children, yeah?
Are you one of them?
I am.
She's one of them. 2 girls and 2 boys. There is no way, as a woman, I can teach my son how to be a man.
Do you know what's so funny? I literally had a conversation and they were saying that a woman can teach a man to be a man.
Impossible. It's impossible.
The amount of conflicting opinions I've had today from women is crazy.
It's impossible. I've never had to shave my face, thank God. I don't know how to. I don't know. It's from the simple to the more complex.
Right.
Women are more emotional. That doesn't mean that men don't have emotion and can't be. But the man, in his DNA, is to be the provider.
What does the Bible say? He who finds a wife finds a good thing and favor.
So then, do you think men have become more feminine?
I do. I think men have become more feminine. I think as a result, women have had to become more masculine because there's an imbalance. Like, for me, myself, being in Gen Z, the men now, like my mom said, they want flowers, they want me to... I'm not chasing a man, I'm so sorry, I'm never going to do that.
Do men really want flowers?
Yes.
I have had 3 men tell me...
I've never known a man to want flowers.
Even if it's metaphorical, they want to be chased.
So it's not physical? It's not like, oh, Brig, give me a bouquet?
No.
Okay.
Not that they would object to it, but that's not what I mean. I mean that they want to be chased. They want to be desired. It's the woman is the prize.
Period.
That is the.
Okay, so I would push back against that and say, why is a woman the prize?
Because that's how we were made. We are made. Man was made first, then woman. Yeah. So literally, we are the help meet. We are not underneath the man, downtrodden. I'm not talking about. Obviously, the man is supposed to be the head of the household. He's supposed to cherish his wife. Yeah. There's too many things. Men wearing skirts, I see YouTube, I see TikToks, men putting on makeup. I'm like, what's going on?
You're gonna get cancelled.
No, but the thing is, it's funny that you say the prize, right? So for me, a prize is something that is heavily sought after. So, I don't know, a gold medal for, I don't know, the Olympics. That's a prize, right? Yeah. What I found, or what I can see now, the women who claim to be a prize, are they sought after and for what reason?
The thing is that
normally it would have been a woman's a virgin, she's untouched, blah blah blah, right? But I'm saying they're not like that anymore.
No, they're not.
I think the problem is, right, social media, we've got 2 things. We've got women now, okay, we've got loads of dating apps. Women can go, and as much as you girls like to say, I'm a woman, I don't care about having sex, you guys are all lying. I'm so sorry to my ladies, you're lying. You do care. But because it's so easy now, men can just go without any sort of like chasing or going after them. They can just say, hey baby, you want to meet up? You want to Netflix and chill? It's easy, so there's no kind of courting, there's no nothing. And I'm going to say something that's probably going to ruffle the men's feathers. A lot of you lot are sexually attracted to women. Emotionally, you're attracted to men. I'm sorry. Every time you're saying...
What does that mean? What does that mean?
What it is like, when it comes to women, you want to say, you want to be getting your boy's opinion, you want to be doing your DBS checks. If you like a girl, you like a girl. I don't know why you need to ask your boys what they think. Your boy's not dating her. And all this, we're coming together. A lot of men, I'm so sorry, Mayor of London that's doing this event today, please can you bring out podcast licenses? Some people need to not be allowed to be on the internet.
So when you say, so that was interesting what you said about men being emotionally attracted to men.
Yeah.
What does that look like? What do you mean?
What I mean is, so I have a lot of guys.
Because I'm a man and I'm not emotionally, I don't believe I'm
Yeah.
emotionally attracted to another man.
Fair, and I love that for you.
Right.
What I mean is, there's a lot of men, right? They seek validation on women, on how they should act with their women with men, and that doesn't make sense to me, because if you're in a relationship, you should be talking to your woman. But you want to see what your man thinks, and if your boys don't agree with you, now all of a sudden she's a Jezzy.
Don't you ask your women about?
I do ask. No, but the thing about girls, okay, and I can say this because I'm a woman. Girls, I could tell my friend, I think your man is a scrub. I think she's not gonna care. She will not care. If she loves him, she loves him. Men will be like, I heard this, and this about you, my boy, and this whole like, I would never snitch on my boys, I would cheat on my girl. You lot want, I don't know why you want to impress your boys so much if you're in a relationship. It doesn't make sense to me. At the end of the day, your boys are not holding you at night. They're not.
Do you know what it is? I think if you understand what men are like, right? Men care about a woman's past, a woman cares about a man's future.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's the difference between
Yeah.
us.
Say it again.
So a man cares about a woman's past, a woman cares about a man's future. A woman is thinking,
He ain't
what can this
that
man
nice.
do for me in the future? Is he providing? Is he doing this kind of stuff? Whereas a man wants to know, what you been doing before I came?
But see, I understand why. I do get it. See me, myself, saving myself for marriage. Shout out to my girls that are doing that. But I didn't know you then. Why do you care what I was doing before I ever met you?
But you're saying that as a woman. Do
I am
you know what I'm saying? Because women don't care about a man's past.
I don't.
It does matter.
Right, but
It
men care
matters
about a woman's
even if
past.
you're looking at it on a spiritual, because we are not just here in the physical. There is the spiritual and there's the emotional, and there is something called soul ties, which is a real thing.
That's true.
So it does matter who your past is. There is women who have got a bag of kids, a bag of different fathers, and they still think that they are in the 1% and can get the top percent man.
Yeah.
How?
They need to be realistic. You need to be realistic.
But those are women.
But we've lost the community. We've lost the community where the women and the elders are teaching
That's very
us
true.
coming up. We don't have that anymore.
But you see-
Everybody's isolated.
But you see when you said women are the prize,
Yeah.
and then you just said a lot of women have got a bag of kids, you know, they're bringing a lot of problems. But what I'm trying to say is those are types of women now are saying, I'm the prize.
Yeah, they're deluded. Delulu.
Listen, there's
Delulu.
exceptions to every rule, and I think that you need to be realistic and look at yourself. Like, I think it's ridiculous of a woman to say, I want my man to have this much money, I want him to have this house, I want him to do this. Yes, men should be providers, but what are you doing?
If you're
You can't just be sitting in your house doing nothing, saying you want all this stuff. You want your man to have a car, have you even passed your theory test?
If you're gonna lead,
Interesting.
know that if a woman to be able to follow a man's leadership, he has to be able to demonstrate that he's able to lead.
Yes, and being a leader does not mean that you have everything together, you're a multimillionaire. Because what a lot of people in my generation want, and I think it's because of social media really and truly, you see all these people going to Dubai, living this lifestyle, it's all fake, and then you think that any man that you meet should have millions of pounds to spend on you. It's not realistic. We're in our 20s.
No,
You
can
should
they
all be
lead
coming
in
together.
Planning a date.
Yeah.
Just that. Just that.
The reason why men are interested, yes, okay. The reason why men are interested in a woman's past is very, very simple. Because your past behavior is an accurate predictor of your future behavior. And so, for example, if a woman is used to opening her legs to 40, 50 men, you know, are you the most special person in the world, the most special man in the world? You mean you're no longer going to open your legs? No, there is morality, there is decency, there is etiquette, and there is sophistication. The truth is that the majority of women nowadays, they do not have those qualities. I'll tell you what they do have. They have great makeup. Yeah, some of them go to the gym, you know, and according to Instagram, they're living perfect lives. Yeah, they should just carry on doing that.
The internet is fake.
Those are not real
Okay,
people.
everything
I'm
that's
talking
happening
about
on
real
social media
people.
is not real. And I agree with what you said. I do think, however, though, there are some women that might be their situation. That's all they know. They might then meet a man who is a great leader that might say, "Listen, what you're doing is crazy," and they might switch up their whole life.
No, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that, because there is enough evidence, statistical evidence and data. You can read any psychology text from the 70s and it will tell you that your past behavior is a clear indicator of your future behavior.
You're saying that you don't believe a leopard can ever change their spots?
But can I just say to you, by nature, a leopard can't change its spots because it's born with those spots.
Oh, that's interesting.
He gonna ate with that one.
I think it depends. I've know people who have changed. So I know people who have, men who have been beating up their woman left, right and centre, and then they changed.
Let me ask you a question. If I said to you, I have a friend who works for the security services, for example. When he applied to work for the security services, it's a governmental, I'm not going to say who or what it is, what they did a deep background check. Do you think it would have been acceptable for him to say that, listen, I used to do X, Y, Z, when I was 18 and blah, 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 but let's forget that, bruv. Do you think that they would have taken him into the security services?
It's not about let's forget that, bruv. It's about what have they learned and what have they done in the meantime. If you have had a certain type of past, yeah, and then there's just time has gone on, yeah, but you've done no work in between, then your past behavior will predict your future behavior. But if you have worked on yourself spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, and had the discipline, having discipline is the hardest lesson in life, yeah? Self-discipline. If you can change that narrative for yourself, it doesn't mean, because otherwise, however you came in the beginning, you might as well just give up. There's no point.
Can I just say to you, no, you don't give up. The points that you made are salient points. They're very good points. However, even with all those good points, I'd say, great, you've done really well. You're just not getting this job. Yeah, but there are many other jobs that you'll be qualified for.
Yeah, that's true. You're probably not going to get that job because of the rules that the company set up.
Right.
But really and truly, the question isn't about what job you're getting, but I get your point.
So
I just say to you, actually, it was about the relationships. It just came out as the jobs, but it's about the relationships.
yeah, I mean,
You might
think
not get that job, but there might be another job that they might take your qualifications and say, that's all right.
basically another man will take you. But the thing is about it, what's going on now is, like you were saying before, a lot of these women are coming with a load of problems, a load of kids, and they're saying, look, I deserve this.
And they don't. They're delusional.
Yeah, but then they would say that you're hating on them, or there's something wrong with you.
Or... We need to be realistic as women, okay? If I had 4 kids and no man, asking someone who is
And
single,
4 different baby fathers.
Yeah, who's single and is making so much money and is got his whole life ahead of me to take me seriously, you're just being a bit silly.
She's delusional.
Like, you are being a bit delusional,
And
but
different
you
people
need to be
mature.
equally yoked. I'm sorry.
Yeah, people mature at different ages. At her age, when I was her age, I was very immature, very green. She's much more mature because she has the benefit of the life lessons that I've been able to teach her. When I was coming up, the aunties, the grandmothers, that circle was missing. Missing for my generation. We were the neglected generation that brought ourselves up. You come home when the lights come on. It was what it was, yeah? But there wasn't the conversations of, this is how a man is. This is what you look for. This is what you should. So you navigate it blindly.
Let me ask you a question. Have you guys seen what's gone on recently online with that guy saying that he doesn't like black women?
Yes, I have.
What do you think about it?
What? Say
Have
that
you seen it? The guy that's saying that he doesn't date black guy saying he doesn't date black women and he will never date black women.
Some people will go into
It's all right, hang on. She's you like.
Sorry,
Go on.
I just want to say, okay, that's not new to me. There's a lot of black men that say this, but what I will say is the media likes to portray that all black men, hate black women, and that's not the case. Most black women are married to black men, but the quickest way to destroy a black family, tell black women that the black man don't like them. However, what I will say about him is I don't have an issue with any sort of interracial relationships. The problem comes when a black man who comes from a black woman and has black sisters, black aunties, you ask him, what's your type? I said, what's your type? Your answer should be, in Ginger J's case, I think he's dating someone from Taiwan. I like Taiwanese women. But instead his answer was, I hate black women because this and this. Nobody asked you that. And that's the problem that we have with black men when their type isn't black women. Their reasonings are always like, oh, because you're loud, you're this. Listen, every woman has loud. A lot of black men, they like the Latino, because it's spicy. Latina women and black women, we're two peas in a pod. I'm so sorry. I'm Guyanese. It's in South America. We're two peas in a pod. Your issue is you want to put a black woman down, and I think I would never date someone that said that, and I wouldn't expect my friends to date someone because you came from a black woman, and you're coming and that's how you feel about your own mother, and I think that's concerning.
It's interesting because my representation of black women growing up was all positive. So I grew up with my mum and my 3 sisters in my house, right? And so I had nothing but positive representation of black women. However, when I came out of that environment and it was time for me to take a partner, I took a black woman. I've only dated black women all of my life, right? But what I've seen slowly as I've gotten older, in my personal opinion, is a decline in the behavior of a lot of black women.
I think that comes again back from your question about men being more feminine and women being masculine, because women also, it's not just men that need a male figure in their life. Women also need a father to, you know, show them how a man should treat a woman. And I think when you don't have that, it does make you more like independent. It does make you a bit more like with your backup when it comes to men. And I also think that there is this stereotype of black women being how people stereotype them to be, and it's not.
Is there any truth to it?
It doesn't come from nothing. There are people that do that, but there are people that act like that in every race. And the whole reason why it's such a big thing in black people is because of stereotypes. People say we're these loud, all this stuff. People do that in every single race. Women can be loud. It doesn't matter whether you're black, white, Asian, purple, it doesn't matter. But when black women do things, it's 10 times more than how it would be with another one. That's racism. That's systemic racism. I'm so sorry, because I could act the same way that a white colleague acts in my place. The white colleague will be seen as, oh, she's just being assertive, she's just trying to get up to the next level. They will come and label me and say I'm an aggressive black woman, and we could say the exact same thing in the exact same tone. That's systemic. There's nothing we can really do about that. But I think as a black woman, I think a lot of times I'm conscious of, like, sometimes I have resting bitch face. I'm conscious of how's my face looking, but I don't want people anticipating me like that in the street when I'm not like that at all. But then I also think on the other side, why should I care what a random Tom, Dick and Harry thinks about me? If that's how you feel that black women are, I'm not going to be the black woman to change your mind. I think people should do their own research. They should speak to black women and realize a lot of black women are highly educated. We're the most educated people. We love to get degrees. One thing about black women, she's going to wake up and say, let me get another degree. Like, people think that we are a certain type of way, and it's not the case. It's a small group that let us down.
That's all right. That's what I see.
It's all right. Yeah, it's a small group that let people down, but unfortunately, the minority is seen as the majority, and that's a shame.
All right, thank you.
My preference is black men,
Right.
but I've noted, and it's more common, especially in London.
coming for you, you know.
Unless you go further up north, it's more common for a black man I will see a black man with a white woman more than I would see a black woman with a white man.
Yeah.
And it's been amazing to me at this point in time in my life where white men are approaching me.
Wow.
And I'm like, what's that about? Is that because you're a fetish? Are you genuinely
interesting?
Are you genuinely? I don't find white men attractive personally. That I can see if a white man's attractive, but it's not my preference.
Yeah.
And so I'm always taken aback by, okay, what am I giving off?
Maybe times are just changing.